And if you've been watching the governor's briefing, you could clearly hear them loudly. Quite a scene outside the room as protesters chanted, "We want to work and every business is essential," as they called for Governor Beshear to reopen businesses soon. Listen to the crowd and the governor's reaction. Our cameras are rolling outside the room, too. Protesters held signs ranging from "Flatten the Fear" to "Fire Fauci." And as you can see, many of the people there wore masks and stayed at least 6 feet apart, but others stood closer together. Meanwhile, inside the Capitol, the governor announced 88 more coronavirus cases and 7 new deaths today. That brings our state total to 2,291 cases and 122 deaths. So the governor says we still have to keep up our effort to fight this virus. But the protesters we just showed you say it's time to reopen the state. LEX 18's political reporter Carolina Buchek is working remotely, and she joins us live now with more. Carolina.
If you listen to the governor's update today, you could clearly hear that noise coming from outside. And that noise, of course, it was the protesters, and they want the governor to reopen Kentucky. But the governor made it clear that he can't do that yet. He says when it comes to the coronavirus, we are not at halftime yet. So he says these restrictions and the social distancing, it is necessary to save lives. Now, in recent days, critics have been saying that the governor is not doing enough to come up with a recovery plan. And then today, these protesters held a gathering outside of the Capitol, and they want these restrictions gone. But the governor made it clear that can't happen right now. He bluntly said that doing that at this point would kill people.
No, on the broadcast, there's some noise in the background. We do have some folks up here in Kentucky today, and everybody should be able to express their opinion that believes we should reopen Kentucky immediately right now. Folks, that would kill people. It would absolutely kill people. We know we're not to that point. Even New York, with what they've been through, is not to that point.
And when it comes to reopening the state, when it comes to having those discussions about when to do it, how to do it, the governor says that he is in close talks with the governor of Indiana and the governor of Ohio. And he says together, all 3 states will make these decisions on when to loosen up these restrictions. But he makes it very clear we are not at that point yet.